How's it going, you guys? Welcome to Liberty Bowl. Well, the gun grabbers are at it again. Right? They're at it again. They're going after fucking the gun industry, right? They're going after them hardcore this time. They're trying to fucking sue Smith and Wesson for advertising their guns as mass murdering weapons, people killers. You blow the lungs clean out of somebody with this, right? Clearly fucking they're grasping at fucking straws. What they're trying to do is they're trying to set a goddamn precedent. But we are going to go ahead and get into this fucking article here. But before we get into that, it's Liberty Bowl, you guys. Let's smoke some motherfucking herb and get into this. Here we go.
Well, let me run it down to you, communist, homosexual, faggot, dipshit, motherfucker. Fuck you, that's why. 'Cause fuck you, that's why. 'Cause helmets suck, that's why. And commies like you swallow, that's why. Fuck Pete Wilson, that's why. Fuck Dick Floyd, that's why.
Alrighty, here it is. So, Highland Park mass shooting victims' new lawsuits build on Sandy Hook legal theory. All right, so what's going on here? They are going to start going after the gun manufacturing industries, right? So let's get into this a little bit, and then I'll go ahead and break down my opinions on this, right? We're only going to read a little bit of this. We're not going to read the whole damn thing because it is quite long, right? But anywho. So, from Reuters, the firearm industry knew this was coming. On Wednesday, an unprecedented coalition of big-name law firms, from both the defense and plaintiffs' bars, teamed up with anti-gun violence nonprofits to accuse Smith & Wesson Brands, Inc. of responsibility for mass shooting at a July 4th parade in Highland Park, Illinois, that left 7 dead and dozens wounded. All right, so we remember this. This was just back on July 4th, right? Another mass fucking shooting. Someone's trying to fucking make a name for himself, trying to be fucking famous, trying to be all he could fucking be, right? Anyway, so they're trying to go after Smith & Wesson and blame Smith & Wesson for this incident, right? So let's go into this just a little bit more, see what they're trying to get at. The new lawsuits filed in state court in Lake County, Illinois, contend that Smith & Wesson deliberately marketed its M&P 15 assault rifle to appeal to violence-prone adolescents like the Highland Park shooter, designing advertisements that falsely link the M&P 15 to military and police forces, and posting marketing videos that intentionally mimicked popular video games like Call of Duty. According to the lawsuits, Smith & Wesson's targeting of susceptible young men through these militaristic ads and videos is a violation of Illinois' consumer fraud and deceptive business practice law. All right. So basically they're saying that they put out some advertisements that are meant to appeal to young adolescents that may be prone to mass shootings based off of games like Call of Duty. They're also going to say that the M&P 15 is falsely saying that it's used by military and police, seeing as the M&P and M&P 15 stands for military and police. All right, so let's go ahead and get down into this some more. Smith & Wesson's marketing and promotion attracts young men looking for military-style rifles to act out a perverse combat style of killing as many people as possible, the lawsuit asserted, and Smith & Wesson knows it. Yeah, that's a bit of a bold statement right there. I highly doubt anybody would advertise that, oh, this gun's great for killing mass amounts of people. If that was the case, then I mean shit, all the fucking car advertisers would just be able to go ahead and fucking advertise, all right, so this is great for running down Trump supporters. But apparently that's the lefties' fucking weapon of choice when it comes to killing Trump supporters or just Republicans in general, seeing as the divide has gotten so far, right? So this is not an attack on the firearms industry, said Ari Schrag of Edelson's, one of the firms suing Smith & Wesson. The other firms include a whole shitload of other fucking pieces of shit names, right? So this is an attack on a company marketing firearms in a terrible way, he said. All right, so let's see. Schrag, his wife, and 2 young children were at the July 4th parade in Highland Park when Robert Cremo III opened fire from a rooftop with the Smith & Wesson MP-15. Schrag and his family ran for cover and were taken in by an elderly homeowner who sheltered dozens of parade goers in her basement for hours. Shark told me that one of the most traumatic parts of the experience was the sense of futility and frustration that he could do nothing to stop mass shootings because the weapons are so widely available. If they're so widely available, then why don't you have one, right? I mean, we clearly see, like, from in Illinois, with the mass shooter at the mall, that, the would-be mass shooter. Unfortunately, it didn't get much news coverage because the person only got about 3 people in, and then he was taken out by a 21-year-old kid with a gun, right? So, essentially, you wouldn't be so helpless if, you were able to defend yourself. And that is literally the entire reason for the Second Amendment, is to be able to defend yourself, right? So, to defend yourself from other citizens, to defend yourself from crazy people, as well as to defend yourself when things become tyrannical. There's a reason that other nations don't come to invade America, and it's because they know that we all have guns, and the majority of us know how to use them, right? I say the majority of us because there are still a lot of people that, literally, if you were to take them out to a shooting range and pow, fire off a couple rounds, they would shit their fucking pants, right? All right, so let's go ahead and get into what this might mean. All right, so clearly this is an attack on the gun industry, right? They try to say it's not an attack on the gun industry. Clearly this is an attack on the gun industry, right? If this lawsuit happens to pass and, fucking Smith and Wesson gets sued, this and that, what this is going to do is it's going to set a precedent, right? It's going to set into law, basically, okay, look, we did this to Smith and Wesson, right? Anytime a shooting goes down, they're going to go after the gun manufacturers. What this is going to do, the gun manufacturers are no longer going to want to, produce weapons for the public. What they're trying to do is they want the only people that are able to have weapons and firearms is the federal government and, basically the government workers, the police, the military. They don't want the citizens to have guns. The reason that they don't want, obviously, the reason that we want to keep guns is, to defend ourselves from a tyrannical government, to defend ourselves, from insane fucking people in the world, basically just for defense, right? For self-defense. Generally, most people don't fucking buy a gun thinking, oh, I'm going to kill me like 50 people with this one. Let me tell you what, right? Most people don't think that. That's not what most people think whenever they buy a gun. And most people that do go into shops and, are like, oh, bitch, I could take out some people with this. They're not going to sell you that fucking gun, right? It's really at the seller's discretion. And if they don't want to sell you the goddamn gun because you look like a fucking weirdo and, some shit might blow back on them for you being a fucking weirdo with a gun, right? Well, they don't have to sell it to you. So, that being said, as I mentioned, if more decent citizens, if more people that were, good family people trying to defend their family, going out to a parade, 4th of July parade, they happen all over fucking America, right? If more people were, able to defend themselves and their families and other parade goers, we wouldn't have so many instances like this. And if we did, you wouldn't hear about them because they would have been stopped like that, just like they did in Indiana, right? So that's about all, you guys. I'm going to go ahead and cut it off right here. I appreciate you guys stopping by. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share. Fuck off.
Don't forget to like and subscribe, bitch.